Hey everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy. You know, one of the most common questions that I get asked by viewers is, why is your under eye area so smooth and what eye cream do you use? And I know that everyone wants to know what to do about wrinkles underneath the eyes, about dark circles, about puffiness and eye bags, and also crow's feet to the sides of the eyes. And that's because the eye area is one of the first areas to show the signs of aging on our face. The reason it shows the signs of aging sooner is because the skin around our eyes is thinner than the skin on the rest of our face, and it also has fewer oil glands than the skin on the rest of our face. And as you know, after a lifetime of sun exposure and repeated facial motions like smiling or squinting, you really start to see a lot of fine lines and wrinkles, or even some major wrinkles or, major puffiness or major darkness underneath your eyes, and people want to know what to do about it. And as much as I'd love to tell you that there's one magic eye cream that will take care of all those things for you, I have to tell you the truth, and the truth is that there just isn't one. It does not exist. And as a matter of fact, I don't use anything labeled eye cream in my skincare routine, yet I've been able to improve the look of my eye area over time, and not just with Botox. So in today's video, I'm going to give you my top anti-aging skincare tips and tricks for the eye area. So my number one tip is, of course, to protect the skin around your eyes. And so when we're talking prevention, we are talking sunscreen. And I know that a lot of people don't like to use sunscreen, especially around their eye area, because it can sting, it can burn, it can also run into your eyes if you're active, and it can burn your actual eyeballs. So the solution for that is to use mineral sunscreen around your eyes. So I put my sunscreen underneath my eyes and also on my eyelids every day, because those are areas that the sun will damage. And so my two favorite sunscreens for the eye area are the EltaMD UV Elements SPF 44. This is not specifically for the eye area, but it works great there. And the other one is the Color Science Total Care 3-in-1 Renewal Therapy. This is an SPF 35. The reason I like tinted products for the eye area is that it makes it so that you can eliminate one step of your eye makeup. And caking on a lot of eye makeup in that area will make your wrinkles look worse. But if you have dark circles, you definitely need some coverage there. So it's best to start color correcting, and I like this guy because it is like a peachy color corrector. And if you don't have huge dark circles, then this one is good, because this is kind of a light to medium tan colored tint. And because they're all mineral, these won't burn or sting your eyes or the skin around your eyes. So those are great products. And don't just rely on your sunscreen alone if you're going to be out in the sun all day. Sunscreen is a screen, so it still lets some of the damaging rays through no matter what. So you shouldn't expect to get zero UV exposure just because you're wearing sunscreen. Even if you reapply often, you still need to go with a physical protection of either a pair of sunglasses or a baseball hat or a big floppy hat to protect that delicate skin around your eyes. So this is my favorite pair of sunglasses right now. I just got these a couple weeks ago, and I love them because they're big and they shade my entire under eye area, but they don't touch my cheeks, and they're so lightweight. And I gotta say, part of the reason that I think I don't have as much sun damage around my eyes as I should is because I always wore sunglasses when I was younger. I have blue eyes and they're very sensitive to sunlight, and so I always would get a headache from bright sunshine, so I always wore sunglasses. And I think that really saved the skin around my eye area because I wasn't wearing sunscreen back then. There really wasn't any. I didn't really start wearing sunscreen seriously until 7 years ago when I started my YouTube channel. So, it's never too late to start wearing sunscreen. So I'm sure I shocked some of you a couple minutes ago when I said I don't use an eye cream. But that's because for my anti-aging skincare, I am into finding the most potent, the most effective anti-aging ingredients and using them everywhere that I want to anti-age. And I find that looking at most of the ingredients lists on the eye creams out there, that they're pretty subpar. They are basically nice moisturizers that might have one, possibly two pretty weak anti-aging ingredients in them. And for my eye area, which is the area that's going to show my age first, I want the strongest ingredients. I mean, I may have to ease in with them over time so that I don't get irritation with them, but my goal is to have the strongest ingredients work in my skin over time to actually turn back the hands of time, because I can't go back 40 years and start slapping on sunscreen. I have to work with what I have, and what I have is wrinkles, and so I need to be using the most potent, the most effective anti-aging skincare. So if you've watched me for any amount of time, you guys know that the gold standard, the most effective anti-aging skincare ingredient you can get is tretinoin. This is a prescription ingredient. It's known as Retin-A, and it's not the same as retinol. So if you're buying an eye cream with retinol in it, don't think that it's going to do the heavy lifting that Retin-A or tretinoin can do. It's not that it's worthless, and it's good for like younger people who don't have major wrinkles, but you know, if your wrinkles have gotten pretty big over time, then you're going to need the big guns, the heavy hitters to fight it. So this is my current tube of tretinoin. I get a prescription from my dermatologist, and I have been using this for 7 years already. And let me bring in a couple of pictures. These aren't from this year, but this is the last time I did an update on my tretinoin use. And you can see that by using this over 5 years, it really decreased the size of the wrinkles around my eyes, and it made the skin around my eyes actually look younger. This helps with dead cell turnover on the surface of your skin, and so it makes the surface layer of your skin look a lot younger, but it also hits retinoid receptors deep inside your skin and increases collagen production, and it increases the thickness of your skin wherever you use this. And so while I didn't put it underneath my eyes when I first started using it, it took me about a year to get up to using it there by slowly acclimating my skin. I did eventually get up to the point where I'm putting it under my eyes every night, and it has really turned back the hands of time on my eye wrinkles. So that's a really important thing to use, and you're not going to find this in any eye cream because, of course, it's by prescription. Now, if you can't get a prescription, don't want a prescription, can't use tretinoin because some people just can't, they can never acclimate to it, there are some other options that are over the counter. One of the probably most effective ones is going to be Differin Gel. This is an acne medication that was available only by prescription and now is available over the counter, and this is probably the most potent form of retinoid that you can get at the drugstore. So that's a good one to try, but warning, this is drying, so just like with the tretinoin, you may have to work up to putting this underneath your eyes. So then the other retinol that I recommend is Retinaldehyde. So this is a step between over-the-counter retinol and prescription tretinoin. And then for an over-the-counter retinol, I like the Ordinary. This is their advanced retinol 2%. If you want a starter retinol to use around your eyes while you're trying to acclimate to tretinoin, this is a good thing to do because you can put this right under your eyes. Still, even with a retinol, I wouldn't start in with it every single day. I also put the other acids in my skincare right up underneath my eyes. This has also taken a long time to acclimate to doing that. So I do use the Ordinary Lactic Acid 5%, and I do use Timeless 20% C plus E ferulic acid serum. And these are going to do great things for your skin. They're going to help to gently exfoliate that area. They're going to help to brighten and firm the skin. So those are great. But again, on day one, you don't want to start in putting tretinoin, vitamin C, and an alpha hydroxy acid all underneath your eyes because you will end up with redness and irritation and dryness. So using a lot of acids in your eye area can be done. I have worked up to using them every day, but it's taken a long, long time. So you have to consider it a marathon and not a sprint, and be willing to take the time to acclimate slowly so that you don't make your under eye area look older and worse while you're trying to make it look better. But using tretinoin and other acids around your eye area or anywhere on your face can be a little bit drying, especially at first, and so I like to counteract that by using lightweight hydrating serums during the day and then more occlusive, more moisturizing creams at night. So the two things that I'm loving for around the eye area that are very hydrating are the Timeless Coenzyme Q10 serum. This one contains CoQ10, which is an antioxidant. It also contains Matrixyl 3000. It has hyaluronic acid. The May Love Hydrator has hyaluronic acid, panthenol, and resveratrol, some other really great anti-aging ingredients. And then I top my serums up with another lightweight moisturizer. I use the CeraVe PM Daily Facial Moisturizing Lotion. I love this because it's got a big dose of niacinamide. It also contains ceramides, and those are fatty lipids that are so good for your skin. Those are the kind of things that keep your skin looking plump and hydrated, and there's nothing better for that skin around the eyes than some good hydration. Then for nighttime, I use heavier, more occlusive moisturizers after I put on my tretinoin and my other serums. I'll usually go in with either the CeraVe Skin Renewing Gel Cream or the CeraVe Skin Renewing Night Cream. They, again, have those ceramides in them. They also have good occlusive moisturizers that will really lock in the moisture while I'm sleeping. Another product that's kind of similar to those because it does contain the ceramides is this Paula's Choice Omega Plus Complex Moisturizer. This has chia and flaxseed. What I like about this is it's got a lot of oils in it, and you know, oils can really help to soften and smooth your skin and make it look nice. And again, I don't just put these around my eyes, I will put them on my whole face. Now I know based on comments from another video that I did about eye creams that a lot of people think that Melia are going to be caused by using a heavy or occlusive moisturizer around the eye area. And I did a little research into it, and I found that actually it's not heavy or occlusive moisturizers that cause Melia. I don't really know what causes it, but what it is basically some keratin or some dead skin that gets trapped underneath the skin. But what helps with them and what can help prevent them is exfoliating the skin. So as long as you use those exfoliators that I mentioned before, like tretinoin is an exfoliator, and also the lactic acid that I showed a couple minutes ago, that is an exfoliator. So as long as you're putting your exfoliators underneath your eyes as well, you can then use a nice heavy moisturizer that will help to lock in the moisture to that skin, and really that moisturized skin around the eyes is what helps it to look a lot younger. One of my top tips and recommendations for under eye wrinkles and under eye bags and under eye darkness is to start sleeping on your back with your head elevated. Now this one is 100% free, but it's not necessarily easy to do. And I know everyone wants something easy and like that magic cream, but as I said before, it doesn't exist. I learned this a few years ago when I was visiting my dermatologist, and she could tell which side I slept on by how deep my wrinkles were on that side of my face. I was completely horrified, but you know, I went home that day and I started trying to train myself to sleep on my back. And one of the things that helped so much was getting a sleeping wedge and also putting some pillows on top of it to elevate my head. And once I did that, it was much easier to acclimate myself to sleeping on my back. So this is the sleeping wedge that I got. It's a 10-inch wedge. I got it on Amazon, and it has this removable cover that you can wash. Mine actually does need washing right now. So I got to put that in the wash today, but it's a great little tool that really helped a lot. So the first thing is to sleep on your back so that you're not ironing in those wrinkles overnight when you sleep with your face mashed into a pillow. And the second part of it is to keep your head elevated overnight so that blood and other fluids don't pool underneath your eyes, causing puffiness and dark circles. So while some dark circles and puffiness underneath the eyes can be caused by the buildup of fluids there, some are hereditary. And so if you have the hereditary dark circles or puffiness, then there might not be that much that you can do about it, and sleeping with your head elevated might not help that much with it. For you, I'd say that the best thing that you can do is to use makeup to cover up your dark circles, and I actually have a whole video on how to apply your concealer and to keep it from creasing underneath your eyes. So I'll put a link to that right up here. And if you want all the details on how I train myself to sleep on my back, I talked about it in one video, and I also did a blog post on it, so I'll link the blog post in the info box below the video, and I'll link the video that I talked about it right up here. Another top tip is to use gentle oil-based makeup removal. So if you are using a harsh soap-based detergent, if you're using drying micellar water, if you're using those makeup removing towelettes where you scrub and tug at your eye skin, those are the enemy of your eye area. So I've switched to a double cleanse where the first step is an oil-based cleanse. It removes waterproof eye makeup, it removes sunscreen that's really tenacious, it removes everything so easily. My favorite oil-based cleanser is the Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm. This doesn't irritate my eyes at all, so I can rub it right into my eyes at the base of my lashes and under my lashes, and oh my gosh, how it just dissolves all the makeup right off is amazing. But since it's oil-based, it's very slippery. So even though I am rubbing that skin, I'm not pulling on it. It's not moving around a lot, and I'm getting the makeup off. Then a second cleanse with a soap-free gentle cleanser, and my skin is clean. The area around my eyes is free of harsh chemicals, and I can go ahead with my skincare, and it is ready to accept all those great anti-aging ingredients that we just talked about. So we can't talk about anti-aging for the under eye area without talking about in-office procedures like lasers, Botox, and fillers. Botox is probably your best bet if you have wrinkles out to the side like crow's feet, but it doesn't really help with wrinkles directly under the eyes. I actually don't have a great time getting Botox done for these areas. I have gotten it around my eyes a few times. My cheek slipped off in a weird way that makes this big shadow at the top, and it's happened a couple times in the past, and you guys have always seen it and commented on it. It actually makes you guys think that I've gotten cheek filler, which wasn't the case. It's that I got Botox for my crow's feet, and then it just makes my face act weird. So for wrinkles directly under the eyes, I think that probably a laser treatment is the best, or like a light treatment like a BBL, depending on how young you are when you start. But I did have one laser treatment done about 3 years ago now, and it really did make a difference in the fine lines and wrinkles directly under my eyes. And I think I am going to have another one done this winter because I really liked it, and I feel like there's not a lot that you can do for these wrinkles with injectables, so you have to go to, you know, another thing like a laser. If you have deep tear troughs, then that is a job for filler. I've never gotten that filler, but I know people who have, and they swear by it. I hear it hurts though. I've really never gotten any filler around my eyes. The one filler that I think did help with my under eye wrinkles wasn't even eye filler. It was Voluma that I got in my cheeks, and that is to, you know, give you the better cheeks and cheekbones and everything. When I had the Voluma, that is going back I think over 4 years ago now, so that's completely gone. But while the filler is in there, it does help the area to look a lot better because it just kind of, you know, plumps up the skin over here, thus reducing the wrinkles. So those are my top anti-aging tips for the eye area. That's what has worked so well for me over the last 7 years. You know, I've only been doing this since I turned 50. And so if you start younger, if you start protecting your skin when you're younger, if you start getting into skincare when you're younger, you could have beautiful crease-free eyes by the time you're my age. Or if you have a lot of sun damage from back then and you already have the wrinkles, there are things you can do to help your under eyes look a little bit younger. So I hope you found the video helpful and informative. If you did, go ahead and give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. As always, I thank you so much for your time and really appreciate your watching. So have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.